up? Marty here. GuitarJams.com. Can't forget that. It's been really awesome, everything that's been going on. I've been getting amazing feedback from all of you, and I do appreciate it. Getting a ton of requests, and I want you to know I'm reading every single one of them. Here's what we're going to need for the tune. Okay, the first chord is the D chord. We're going to need that one, and you're going to need it on many, many, many songs. The next chord that we need, or that we're going to practice, would be the G chord, another classic, popular chord. And then we also need an A major. And then the hardest chord, but it's a good one, and it's good for the beginners because it's usually the first bar chord people learn, and it's called B minor. Alright, and so just a couple of tips on that B minor bar chord. First of all, it's called B minor. One way to look at it is an A minor chord, which you may know already, up a whole step, becomes the next letter up from A, which is B minor. But the open strings haven't changed. So we're going to switch our fingering here and then bar it. So my first finger is kind of acting now like the starting point. So A minor, if I imagined that my first finger had to press down for the open strings, I can move it up a whole step, and now I have B minor. Just like that. Now the tip I can give you is literally the very tip of your finger there on that. This is the root of the chord on the second string on the second fret. This note's not really in the chord. You can mute it, you can, try not to strum it, whatever. It's not important right now. Okay? Then, when we're barring on this B minor chord, we don't have to really bar it too significantly because there's not really any notes that we're getting that one, which is really important. These, which are really important, and then we are barring that, but even if you don't press down hard enough there, it's not important. We really want that note, that note, that note, and that note. Those are the notes we want, and it sounds like this. Okay? If that is too hard for you right now, which I really think you need to practice that, but if it's too hard, you can play B minor this way. First finger on the second fret of the high E, the third fret of the B string, and then the fourth fret of the G string. It's just not as full. So if you see, I'm strumming it back here. So that's your B minor chord, okay? Those are all the chords. Now I'm just going to walk us through the tune. Those are the only chords we need. Alright, so here we go to the tune. Okay, I'm just going to go talk right about the intro. We can keep it kind of mellow because it's the intro, and I think we'll play the intro. I mean, it's a pretty orchestrated song. There's banjo and all this stuff going on, but for us, and especially like a female that likes to sing and is just learning guitar, this is good for that too. We're gonna play the intro the same way as the verse, and the intro it's real quick. You don't even have to play it if you don't want, but I'll start with that. It's a D chord. And we're just going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Just all down strokes. And if we can kind of palm mute, just lightly touching the strings with the back of our palm, it gives us this kind of, as opposed to, which we're going to open it up when we get to the chorus. But so we're going to go D for 2 bars, which means 2, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's 1 bar. So we need 2 bars of that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then A. Same thing. And then the B minor for 2 bars. And then G for 2 bars. Alright, that's the intro. Okay, let's get to the verse now because we got to keep moving here. So here's the verse. All right. Now the first verse is twice as long as the second verse. The second verse is only the second half of what I'm about to teach you. Just keep that in mind. Alright, here's the verse. We're going to do the same thing. Chuck, 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 like that. Starts with 2 measures of D, or bars. Bars and measures are the same thing. So 2 bars of D, 2 bars of G, 2 bars of B minor, and 2 bars of G. Then, the second time, so we're going to repeat it, and it's almost the same thing, but it's 2 bars of D, 2 bars of G, 2 bars of B minor, and then now 2 bars of A. Alright? And that's the first verse. So here's what it sounds like. Move my pick back a little bit. Okay, second part of that verse. Kind of starts the same way with D, G, B minor, but now it's going to go to A instead of G. Here's A. Alright, so that's the verse. Now we go to what I call the pre-chorus, which is like starting to pick up some steam, and it's building up towards the payoff, which is the chorus, right? So here is the pre-chorus. It's going to be 1 bar of G, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of B minor, 1 bar of D, and then 1 bar of G, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of B minor, and then a half a bar of G and a half a bar of A. So it splits like. Okay, so here it is. Don't get confused. You can just always rewind, and you can always play along with me. Okay, so here's that pre-chorus, and I think what we'll do is we'll do that same chuck 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 thing. Okay, here it is. G, A, B minor, D, G, A, B minor, G, A. See that? 1 and 2, well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on that last part. Alright, here's the big payoff, the chorus, and we're going to change the rhythm up, we're going to open it up, strum it louder. You know, loudness and quietness in music is called dynamics, and so we want to have, you know, especially if we're going to only be playing this by ourselves, it's nice to have kind of like a quiet verse and bust open the chorus. So here's the rhythm we're going to do for the chorus. Down, 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 up, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up. Okay? And it goes like this. 2 measures of D, which means, you know, 8 counts. 2 measures of A, 2 measures of B minor, 1 measure of G, and 1 measure of A. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, here it is again. And I'll say the chords this time. D,